Good morning, YouTube. What's up? PS Man here. Right now, I'm talking about my relationship. This is part 2/4, you guys. I did talk about one of my couple of dates that I've been through between Lila and Stephanie Gravadito. Well, you know how I deal with those relationships back in my earlier days that people don't understand about that. There's things like this that when people who are autistic or they're bipolar or something like that, they have issues. Some people like that I don't like to, be, getting into them or dealing with their problems or whatever it is. Let me tell you something. I know I already talked about my first date with my friend Lila Fernandez, that she was never my girlfriend. The only thing she doesn't understand is how she wants to date a guy instead. Because one time that she told me that she used to date a guy before, back in 2008, a long time ago, and then her boyfriend was asking her mom that she's not smart, she's dumb and stupid. And the only thing is that wasn't good for my friend Lila because of that issue with it. But definitely like that is none of our problem. That's none of our problem. I know I like to do is never to talk about your exes or anything like that. Always bury the past and don't talk about it, okay? There's some people who need to let go of that crap. Some people don't think about it, okay? I want you to let it go and stop talking about it, okay? The more you talk about it, the more worse it's going to get in your life. You see? Just like I said, because me and Lila are just friends, and of course, she can work as a friend, but she's not going to work as a girlfriend. That's all I can tell you, and that's it. And for Stephanie, the only thing is, it's okay, I'm just a friend with her, but I'm not her best friend or nothing. But as long as we keep her far away, because I know she's bipolar or something like that. I know a long time ago I already forgiven her, and I'm glad I have my revenge for about 8 years. And then suddenly she broke up a relationship with somebody else, and that's it. And of course she's single again. Well, I'm not, because I'm glad I got a relationship with somebody instead. But I'm not gonna tell you who he is. All right, guys, and I'm gonna talk about. Let's talk about something else, because I already talked about that video days ago or something like that. This is part 2 about dealing with my relationship. Okay, my second relationship with my girlfriend was Ashley Alvarez. Well, you know who's Ashley Alvarez. She's probably that chubby girl who is half Honduras and half Cuban instead. Well, this girl has some major issues. This girl has like a lot of problems dealing with guys and girls or whatever it is. I'm going to talk about it right now. When I was dating this girl named Ashley Alvarez, she I met her online that she was warning me about Stephanie Gravadito, about she's going to leave me or anything like that. I didn't know how I'm going to believe that instead. Back on Facebook or something like that, she warned me about dating somebody about that too. That's why I got to know her about that too. And of course that and she was right, because Stephanie Gravadito did left me instead. But that doesn't matter no more, because when I was dating somebody else and it took me some time or something like that, and this was my heart broken or something, guess what? That I want to find somebody who loved me and never leaves me or nothing like that. Well, when it took some time getting to know this girl little by little, step by step, that's why I got into that's why I just talk slow, and also I did talk about getting to know her a little bit instead. Sometimes it's better to know somebody in a relationship slowly. I do like to have a relationship, but I like to take it slow sometimes, but not all the time. Because when people are taking too fast, get the risk of it instead, and that's it. There's some of my friends like to take the relationship slow. Others, they want to take it fast, but that's their problem. But whatever. But let's go back to the subject with with dating Ashley Alvarez. Well, back in 2013, when I was dealing with Stephanie, Ashley Alvarez was a normal girl. I did talk to her on the phone plenty of times, getting to meet her, getting to know her that well on the phone, and then getting to see her in person. I know it took me some time instead, and definitely getting to know her where the location is, but she's not going to tell the address or nothing like that. Some dogs trying to jump there, and of course when the time comes that when I got to know her or something like that, I did have a call message telling her that I'm going to meet her in 8th Street, and I did. And she finally came along. So there you go. Because when I got to see her in person like that, she felt like she has like hairy chin here, and definitely did not look bad or anything like that. I was buying her some fast food lunch just to, talk to her, getting to know me, getting to know her, that sort of thing instead. And of course, we've been dating ever since, and I was gonna fix her up. We went to Bayside together, and definitely that's how I began just to date her instead. Everything was good, everything was fine, dating her or anything like that. And suddenly, sometimes she has issues. When that girl had problems with other people, dealing with friends and family, that's not nothing of my problem, nothing concerned about it too. I know some people don't have good families, some do and some don't, but that is none of my problem. Sometimes get over it instead, okay? I know parents can embarrass kids like that before, okay? But never embarrass from your niece and nephew or your son or your daughter or anything like that. But believe me, Ashley Alvarez's family was different than that. And of course, I got to know her family very well. Just like to meet my mom for the very beginning, because she lives in an apartment with her grandmother and her family, like his auntie lives there and everything. And pretty much when time was passing, everything was good. Me and Ashley, we went to Miami Aquarium. We took pictures. It's on Facebook, and of course that's in the past instead, because I have like over like 20,000 pictures or videos on Facebook instead. And besides, no one's gonna go look through that instead, because that's in the past now. And exactly, and of course, what I was saying, and of course, I've been doing very good. I've been, getting her, going to stuff, buying her dinner, that sort of thing instead. When she was asking me for things like a cell phone or a tablet or a computer or something like that, some girls like that shouldn't be asking for too many things instead, okay, you guys? Because I know that people should have their own money and their own personal life instead, you guys, okay? I know there's a lot of things that people need to try to understand that Ashley is also. We didn't know that she was an abuser or anything. Well, I know that she needs to quit it or anything. I know the mostly she was eating too much, she was getting fatter all the time, that sort of thing. And after the 3 months have passed, you guys, just like how my birthday was good, my relationship with Ashley was good, and everything, because by the time when the 3 months has passed, you know what Ashley was trying to do? Ashley was trying to tell me that why they have a picture of my ex or whatever it is. Well, sometimes I forgot to delete it and everything. Let me tell you something. The past doesn't matter about it, okay? I know I don't have a picture of my ex anymore or anything like that, okay? I know she was a miserable fool or something like that. I know my first ex wasn't asking me for anything or nothing like that. Sometimes dealing with relationships like that, it's hard to explain that women don't need to ask for guys to get stuff like this, okay? Women have jobs, they get their own crap, but they shouldn't be asking for computers or tablets or whatever it is. Sorry, I'm tying my shoes, everyone, okay? There's a lot of things that the Lord blessed me with working and of course making my own money. And come on, when people don't work for their money or something like that, that's not living. That's like freaking babysitting all the time. Look, I know that this girl Ashley Alvarez made a mistake about dating somebody else like that. And I was disbelief that I was shocked about, you know, that why she had to do this to me or anything like that. It's because she made a mistake. There aren't any mistakes like this, you guys, because when people make mistakes or do something stupid, something dumb like that, don't go back with that. Well, of course, that I haven't talked to her and spoken to her for a month, but I know I forgave her for just for 1 month only, and then suddenly I went back with her because I felt lonely and I felt horrible because of people like that treating me hard. You know, sometimes I get tired when people are just, you know, treating me differently. You know that? I wish when this whole world better left me alone or anything like that. That's why I did talk about my videos back in 2013, you guys, okay? About moving on in the relationship or anything like that. This is why I didn't want to talk about it. You know that, you guys? This is why I had to, you know, try to focus and try to be positive myself about it, okay? And of course, by the end of this year, that me and Ashley were doing good, and she was abusing me or anything like that. Oh my God, she was getting me a headache, and she was driving me crazy, you guys. Okay, I didn't know this Ashley Alvarez girl was driving people crazy or whatever it is. There's a lot of things that people, when they drive you crazy, guess what? It'll be stay in the relationship or out the door they go. Because we're not gonna keep that relationship for a long ass time, you guys. Okay? I know I have to sit down, focus, and see what I need to do next. And most likely, let's go back to the subject. I know Ashley Alvarez doesn't know how to think right, and she doesn't have a head to use or nothing like that. Sometimes when people ask me for things like that, say no to other things. Okay? That's the reason why that Ashley Alvarez needs to quit it or stop it about it, okay? Otherwise, I have to step up instead, okay? And of course, when Christmas was about to come and was about to be 2014 or anything like that, everything was good and everything was fine. But sometimes when my friend Lila was texting me about how's it been or anything like that, well, I know that Ashley Alvarez is always getting to my personal calls or my personal messages or anything like that. It should not go into my personal things like that instead. I know that, for example, when I go to anybody's business or something like that, I'm going to ask permission about it, okay? That's what I always do instead, okay? Sometimes Ashley always thinks the wrong way instead. You think I want to have a girl like that who likes to be too nosy? No. Of course not. And when that day happened in March 2014, it was the prom night for people with special needs, you guys, okay? When I had my friends there, and of course I was waiting for my prom date to come and show up or anything like that. Sometimes I had to be aware how this girl's going to behave herself in that prom night or anything like that. Well, let me tell you something, guys. Everything was good in the beginning, but by the end, it was ugly as hell. This is why that for example, she turned down on my friend Lyle Fernandez, because there's a lot of reason is that this girl doesn't know how to respect friends or families or whatever it is. Sometimes it felt like that nobody likes her instead. You think I want to be with a mental person like that? I don't think so, you guys, okay? Sometimes that it was better just to let her go, and that's it, you guys, okay? And of course, my mom, my brothers and sisters told me, and this girl is the most useless person ever. Ashley Alvarez was. And the only thing is, and we're in 2020, and how's Ashley Alvarez turned out to be? Ugly as hell. And I'm glad that she never had a boyfriend before, and I'm glad she will not have a boyfriend, just like me, you guys. Well, guys, this is it for part 2. Going to part 3, you guys, on my relationship. And meanwhile, take care, you guys. This was about 17 minutes of my video about talking about relationships. That I don't want to go through that instead, because there's a lot of people who don't understand about dealing with this, okay? Sometimes they feel like they're like little kids, or they're like little children, or whatever it is, okay, you guys? Until then, take care, everyone, and God bless you, because I have to go now, okay? Take care.